Should I just start in that measure again?
Yeah, you can start.
I guess I don't get like when you re-emphasize in three, do you like cut off?
Yes, you do. It's actually a cutoff gesture. So you make a little circle, and that's three. At the bottom of the circle, you give a little flick, and that's your beat. Cut. That's right. That's right. A little flick is your prep, and your cutoff.
Should I start at the beginning?
You can start the second phrase, please. Starts with the on 4 of full bar 2. Nope, we went to the second system. Your cutoff.
I started it wrong. I thought we were starting at the end of the top system.
No, we started in the second phrase.
Okay, I was just confused.
That's okay. Continue with the last beat of the first system. Okay, into the second system.
Yeah, that's where I thought we were.
Okay. That's where we're going to start this time. Last beat of the first system. Your cutoff needs to have a little flick to indicate the prep, right? 3, 4, 1. Go ahead. Especially the moving notes. Keep them moving. Start with the half notes. Halfway into the second system. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your cutoff is your prep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Halfway through the second line. One more time. Look at the key signature, please. There we go. Your cutoff goes to your left so that you can prep for 3. Just start on that note of fermata with the fermatas on 1, please. Last 3 bars. Last 3 bars. Okay, you made it. If you can keep your hands moving and never get to your beat and stop early, just wait to get to that next beat. So 1, just if anything, stay closer to like 1 and move quickly to 2. That will help us keep moving. Part of the reason it's slow is because you're getting to the beat too soon, and so it's stopping. So just keep your hand moving. Always in motion. Think that way. Okay. Next, Cassie. Cassie T. Bless you. Pardon?
Oh, nothing.
Oh. hands up, you should be looking at us. There we go. Generally, very nice, very nice. Just the two things, you missed the first one and the second line, 1, 2, 3, and then cut and prep at the same time. You got it on the second one, very good. And then the last 3 bars there, the very first one. So go a little bit more to your left so that you can give us a more definitive, and then travel a little bit farther to 3. It'll help us. Okay? Good job. SEP. Give us a big 1 and a small 2 to your left, moving, and then cut with a flick on the cut as the prep.
This way?
To your left.
To my left.
So it'll be a clockwise cut off. 1s and then small and then cut. 2. Well, yeah. Make the beginning of your cutoff a continuation of the motion you're already doing. So it needs to be 1, 2, 3. So when you cut it off, you're already moving this way. You just go up and around and flick at the bottom. 1, 2, cut.
Okay, so that's how you. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't make 2 motions. You don't want to go. You don't want to make one to start your cutoff and one to end your cutoff. So just continue and then boom.
Okay.
So continue into the circles, and then flick at the bottom. Yep.
All right. So.
Last 3 bars, please.
From what?
Last 3 bars.
Last 3 bars. Okay.
The very last bar in the second system, we were a little bit unsure because you did that. You gave us a cut and a prep, instead of the, no, I'm sorry, he gave us 2 gestures. So just to be consistent, and you got the first one right. First one was 1, 2, 3, and then cut and up. Second one, you gave us a 1, 2, 3, and a cut, and then you went up. So it's just one gesture. 1, 2, 3, up.
I like that.
The curl goes counterclockwise in this case, if it's in the right place. Right. And the other thing, just watch that you don't get into the habit of raising your head every time you do a prep. It's not consistent, but many times it'll be.
I'm working on that.
Yeah, good, good. I'd rather see a breath from everybody. The breath is just a big deal. No matter who you take conducting 2 from, they're gonna take that seriously. Let's see. Jake, you wanna go?
Yep.
Look up, look up. There we go. You know this. Hold on. You really got to get out of the habit of looking down. Even once you look up and your hands are up, everyone, don't look down. You know what the beginning sounds like. So at least give your players the added help of looking at them at least through the first couple of bars.
Should the prep be 3, 4?
Yep. Good. There were just a couple of times where your cutoffs were a little abrupt and out of tempo with what you then showed us. So you got to start thinking of time as soon as you prepare to make your prep. So 1 and 2. So time stops. Now you got to go back into time. 3, 4. So it can't be 1, 2, 3. The cutoff has to be. And also again, it's one motion. So 1, 2, 3. Continue and up, and then flip. Understand? As opposed to kind of prepping your cutoff. You don't need to prep your cutoff. Okay, real good though, real good. Okay, Ty. Go ahead for the last 6 times. Seems like it works out first to last for you very often, just because of the seed. Let me stop you real quick. Make sure you give us a nice breath on your prep. Make sure we get a breath every time. So you're a singer. If you're thinking of what your chorus is going to be doing here, just make sure that you're kind of thinking along with them, and I think it'll make the breath easier. And don't be afraid of giving us a real demonstrative, raise your eyebrows, open your eyes a little wider, because you want them to take a big breath, right? Okay, just do the middle part for me again. There was something in there. Oh, go ahead, do the middle part. Where you start with the half notes in the middle of the second system, please. Make sure it's a cutoff and not just a prep. Make sure the cutoff is contained within the prep is contained within the cutoff. So one more time, just do those two bars. Yeah, just make sure it's real obviously a cutoff. You want them to take a breath. Okay, good. Where was the Messiah? Was that with Toledo? What? Yeah. That's okay, start right there. So you knew exactly, immediately what you did, didn't you? Go ahead. Right there, the last 3 bars, please. Good, very good. Make sure your dead gestures, if you're going to do the 1, 2, 3, then give us a little dead gesture, it should be just that. Dead. So, just so nobody has a tendency to do anything. Because again, all you're doing is trying to indicate what's happening in the music. So you just want to keep it real simple. 3, so you can come back like that. 3, 4, but not too much. Not too much, okay? Because it's really a kind of a superfluous gesture in a way. Although it may help in some situations. Okay. Alpha. Drop your wrist just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just relax both your wrists. Left one too. There you go. Just make sure you're going to your left and your cutoff tendency, I think, is going to be to give a little bit bigger gesture and make sure everybody's real clear as to what you're doing with your hands as well as your breath. Well, that's good. Want to try once more? Just do the last couple. Let's do the last two parts. I'll stop. Good. Very nice. Yeah, just make sure you're looking it up at us when you give your downbeats
Okay.
right after your preps, because sometimes, and you know, this is kind of a general tendency, it tends to be, and then everybody kind of looks down as they give it. Yeah, make sure you're looking it up. But generally, very nice, very nice. Okay, so take a quick look at 7-9, and we'll just talk about how to conduct it, and then I want to do a quick analysis of 7-13 so that we can start working on that. Because we just got to run out of time. 7-9 tends to be a little bit tricky because, first of all, you conduct this in 1. Did everybody read the text about it beforehand? First of all, it's in 1. So what he suggests, and like he says, there's all kinds of different ways to do this, but this one works. And this involves a 2-beat prep with one that's dead and one that's live. So you're thinking of the tempo in your head, and you give one dead, and you give a big upbeat for the entrance. 1, ba 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 ba, and then it's really the same thing all the way through. Ba, 1, ba 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 ba. Your cut is a cut and a dead prep. Let me start at the beginning here. 1, ba 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 ba. Now cut. Prep, ba 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 ba. Cut. Ba 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 ba. Da da. Ba 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 ba. Da da. Ba 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 ba. Da da da. Ba 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 ba. Da da da. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba. Cut. Ba 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 ba. So it's really the same thing over and over again.
Cut is the deadbeat.
The cut is the deadbeat. Exactly. The deadbeat. Ba 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 ba. And the trick is to not make the cut too big. Like we had that little problem in the other one too. Just have to watch it so you're not getting too much. Because everybody will come in if you do that. That's even another way to conduct it, but you want a little break in there. We generally, traditionally, there's been a break. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. So that's how we do it. Everybody kind of understand? Getting that dead live thing is kind of a trick. And there'll be something that we can work into the exam for that too. Maybe we'll even do this. Any questions about this one? So I really want to move on to 7-13. If you do have questions, by all means, pipe up. But the good thing is, it's kind of over and over again. Now, look at 7-13. This is filled with all kinds of nasty stuff. Did I send a link to this? I think I did. Anybody look it up?
Yes.
I think there's excellent. I sent a link to this, was by the Robert Shaw Chorale. You go in a minute 20 and you can find this exact excerpt. They do it a little bit differently in some of the ritardandi and things like that, but it's this exact excerpt right here. So what this enables us to look at are, the first thing, it's contained in the Fermata chapter because it's got all three kinds of fermatas in it. The very first one, who knows what kind of a fermata that's going to be? A continuation. Why? Why would you call it that? Right. Yeah, lyrically, and you don't know it, but I mean the lyric is I want what I want when I want it. So obviously it's not going to be, yeah, it's very funny. It's a very funny answer. So it also gives us an opportunity for styles. You can see right away we're into the marcato. Bum, 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 bum. With a nice little accent there on 3. Second phrase is the same. Bum, 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 ba-dum. 2 accents. Bum, bum. Now, what happens? Yes. Now we get to do a crescendo. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Now we're back into kind of a little bouncy march. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. And crescendo, crescendo, bum, 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 ba-dum. Now this one, I think he recommends a cut track, but you'll find that in the link on the performance, the singer actually keeps on going through there, which is really the more effective way to perform it. But let's do it as a cut track. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum 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 bum. Actually, you're going to cut on 3 and prep on 4 because we've got an offbeat accent, correct? Or offbeat index. 1, 2, and 3, and 3. Bum 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 bum. We're really giving a 2-beat prep for that one. The first one's dead, so don't make your cutoff too big. 1 and 2 and 3, cut. Bum 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 bum. Then your prep is going to need to be big enough that he gets the he, she, it, whoever's playing the 8th note upbeat. Sorry, the 8th note pickup. Come on, pickup is going to get it. So 1 and 2 and 3, cut. Bum 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 bum. Big molto ritardando there. We haven't done a whole lot with retard, so do as much or as little as you want, but you're just going to slow down your beat. Bum 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 bum. In bar 14, then we've got another fermata on 3 with what kind of a fermata this time? No, this was a cut and a pause. Even though there's nothing particularly to indicate it. They traditionally it's performed as a fermata, and they cut, and the singer takes kind of a big breath. Who knows? There's probably some kind of comic thing going on there. And then you give it another 3, and it's in big. Bum 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 bum. Just like the beginning. Bum 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 bum. And here's another fermata after we kind of represent the più pesante with kind of a deep, heavy accent style. Another on 3 there, and this one is another continuation. Bum 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 bum. I'm sorry. Yeah, the way they perform it on there, I'm getting confused. But yeah, I've even got cut prep on 3 here indicated. So we'll do that. We'll do that as a cut prep. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Little allegando in the last part, so you can slow it down a little bit if you like. A big accent on 3. So the main things I'm looking for in this one, the fermata, the different kinds of fermata. Mark your scores up. Mine's marked up a whole bunch. I mean, do all kinds of crap out there. I always say this is why librarians can make a living, because they end up having to erase all this stuff off the scores. So give them a break. Keep them forward. And also the style changes. So bump, 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 bump. And then the little second half of the theme. Now we're back into a little kind of a bouncy thing. I don't want to staccato in bar 9, but it's a march. See the accompaniment? Bump, 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 and go up into that fermato, and then it kind of goes big and long and legato in the phrase that starts in bar 14. Through there into the next fermato, and then back to the style and the tempo of the beginning in bar 15. So hopefully this will be a little bit of a challenge. It will enable you to bring in your skills from what we've learned in the semester. And again, this one will be on the fly. So we'll have a look at it on Thursday. I'm going to pass, or let Sabrina pass these out. And you can fill out the evals. And we'll pick this up again on Thursday. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the fermata
Yeah.
bar form, when you say it's a cut trap, or it's one motion for the cut and the trap, or what?
Yeah.
But then, aren't you cutting on 3 and then?
Yes, you are. So I think I mentioned you're going to have to do a 2D track. So it's a little bit different. 3, and this cutoff shouldn't be too big. Bum, bum, but the next beat does have to be big because you're going to not only bring everybody back in, but you're bringing them in on and off. 1 and 2 and 3. Cut. Bum, 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 bum. So you've got that little syncopation gesture, which requires a little bit more of a
You can't cut on 4, you can't do like a dead beat on 3 and then cut on 4 as you're cutting on the like the first.
No, it's going to be more good. No, you don't want to indicate 4 really. You want to lay on 4. 1 and 2, 3. You don't want to give any indication of 4 because you might as well lay it on. You need to give it 4. Yes. That's what I'm doing. Here's the information for the valve. What else is there? My name. Course number is 1003. Oh, that's the section number, sorry. Course number is 3050. Right? Course number is 3050. Section is 1003. And probably should be document 1. Let's see, I'm also supposed to say, right to place evaluation forms is us. Remind students to refer to key scale in the box for answers. Be sure to fill in complete circles. How many times have you heard this over here? So number 2, lead pencil. Right, course number, section number of the blackboard. Let's see. Anything else? Okay? I think I'm supposed to be out here right now. So back up as quickly as possible. So I'll leave the envelope right here, Sabrina.
Okay.
Thank you. That's my middle name. I think they know me as John. Yeah. Doesn't really matter.